Hey, this is Nyako. Welcome to OB Studios. In today's video, we're going to build a landing page using bricks. But the catch is that we are going to use classes rather than theme style. So if you watched my first previous video on bricks, I told you that you can use classes, but I never used any classes to an efficient way when I was building that website. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to build a functioning website using the class system that comes with bricks. All right, so the first thing that we are going to look at is the design that we're going to do today, which is what we see on our screen. So there's a Figma, and it's a Figma file. So I'm just going to scroll down for you to see what we are creating today using bricks. Yeah, so as you can see, we have a header, and then we have like we go through like the header, more like a trust or companies that you work with, about me, a video section. There is a group here for what this group is. Oh, there's more like what they do. Then there's a testimonial, and then there's more like a subscription, and then there's the footer. So these are the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 sections that we'll be doing today, including the header and the footer. So this is the design. These are the colors that we will need. Unfortunately, we don't have a breakdown for the text, but I'm going to make sure that we go through that really fast without it taking much time. But our classes is really going to compromise the section, the container width, the color, the typography, a bit of padding here and there. So let's get into WordPress and then start developing what we need to do. So we are here in the back end of WordPress. So for you to add classes, there is no like quick way to access like a class. And I hope, for me personally, I hope that bricks would have had more like a template section that you can just click on and you can go there and then lay out your classes before you get into the builder. But you can do that. For you to be able to add classes, we'll go to our page and then add a new page. Call this one bricks classes. So we created our page. So we haven't started our website yet. What we're doing now is applying our classes like how we will if we are applying our theme style. So for you to do that, you have to create a page and then go into the page. And then over here, we're just going to add just a normal section. We're not trying to do anything too crazy, just a normal section. Within a section, we're going to click on the container. So we're going to create a class for the container so that we'll be able to lay down like the width for most of the containers without having to do it over and over again. Just like how in theme styles you also do. So our container is clicked. Even before we do our container, let's do our section. So this is a section. I'm going to go to style and go to layout. In layout, I'm going to go to width. Change the width. Now, before I even do that, I'm going to add a class name. So class, I'm going to call it section. That's that width. And I'm just going to click on save. So this one is the class that I'm going to use for every section within this design. I'm going to give it a width of VW 100 VW. So that will be, so I've now added this class over here, and that is applying to all the sections. So every section is going to have this 100 VW. And then that will be that for our section. So what I'm going to do is just clear and also remove it. So that is how you are able to remove a class to apply. So let's go back in and add this, right? And then let's give it a height of 450, as you see that. So if I clear this, it's not going to go away. Even though you don't see the numbers here, the class is still applied. If I want to see the numbers, I'll have to click back on the class and the numbers will show. But if I click on clear, it doesn't mean that the class is no more being applied. It just means that the numbers are no more showing. If I want to entirely remove the class from this, I'm going to click on that. So any styling that comes with that class will no more show. So that is how you create a class. So I showed you how to create a class and how to apply the class to that section. So I'm going to show you, click over here, we can apply the class again. So if let's say we add a new section, let's say there's a new section, right? That's a new section. And then I click on that new section. I go here and I pick this class. It's going to inherit everything that I've already done. The next thing to also know is that if let's say I make changes to here, I give this one go to background. Let's give this one a background of blue. You can see that the other section that has this class also has a background of blue. If I go to that top section, consider that the background also has blue. You can change this one to this color. Consider now it has affected every other section or any other element that has a background color with this section included. So that is how sections work. You create a section, you apply the section, and then that happens. But let's say I click on this and then I remove that back over here and then I click on black. So when you do this, let's select by the class. You can see that this class is no more highlighted, even though the class is still applied, is no more highlighted. And because it is no more highlighted, when you make any changes to the form of the element, over here we are using a section, that class or that styling doesn't apply to any other element that has that class. So as you can see, the background for this is this black, but it is not affecting this. But if I go in and I click on this section and I go to background and I change this one to that, this is receiving it, but this is not receiving it. But if I click over here and I remove this, I clear this and I remove this background, then the section will see the effect that is being applied from the class. So it's a bit, I know it's a bit confusing, but if you got this confusing, just rewatch this again, and then you might be able to pick up on what I am saying, which I'm just going to explain it again. Let's say you have a class applied to a section like this. So this class is applied to this section, right? All right. When I click this, I have highlighted the class, meaning that any changes that I do over here is going to be saved to that class. So if I go in here, go back to layout and say that I want the width to be 50 VW, meaning that every class that has, every element that has that class is now going to display the properties of that class. As you can see, this top section has this class applied to it with a section dash dash BDT. So that class is not affecting every element that is within. But if I select that class to the top and then I click on this clear and then I come over here and then the width, I change it to, let's say, VW, and I change this one to 70. You can see that now that you don't see that yellow class over here, the change that I'm making here is not affecting this. It's only affecting the top one. So that is something that you should keep in mind. If the class is not selected and you make changes to the element, that class, that change that you've made is not going to affect the properties of that class. Just like how we've shown over here. I hope you understand up to this point, because we're going to use this throughout what we're going to do. Next thing that I'm going to do is to show you how to also copy a class property and add it to a different class. So what we are going to do is select this section and then remove the old class and then come back here and then we are going to create a new class. What we're trying to learn is how to copy a class property from an old class and apply it to the new class. So we're creating a new class called section -WTT. And then I'm just going to click on save. Means that class has now been created and it is being applied to this section, this second section. All right, I want to copy the properties of this class and attach it to the new class that I have created. So what I have to do is I've selected this class, right? Go over here, and then you see the old class, which is section -WDT. I'm going to hover on it, and then I'm going to say copy styles. So now we've copied the style. I'm going to go to the class that has been applied to this section, this one. Hover on it. You have remove, you have log, you have copy style, and then you have paste styles. I'm going to click on paste the style. As soon as I click on paste the style, you can see that the properties of this class has now been applied to the new class that I've created, which is section -WTT. So that is how you copy the properties of a class and apply it to a different class or a new class. I hope that is something that is clear. So those are some of the nuances that you might want to keep in mind. You can also remove a class. You can lock a class, so you won't be able to like paste anything on it. You can reset the style of a class if you want that, and then you can also delete the class by doing this. So that is some of the things that you should know about a class before I start designing this website with a class. All right, so now I think I've gone through some of the basic stuff with the classes. So right now we're going to start heading into doing a real creating of our classes, and from there we should be able to go through this really fast. All right, so let me remove everything from this structure, and then I'm gonna start again. So I'm gonna add a section. When you add a section, you get like container inside. So this section, I'm going to create the class and then call it section -BDT, and then click on enter. And then I'm going to give it a width of VW of 100. All right, so this is the first class that I've applied. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave that. I'm just going to clear this. So that is good. I'm going to click on the container. All right, so container from the Figma file. Let me zoom out so you can see something. So as you can see, everything is within this very container. It's a full width. The main Figma file is 1440, but the container length is not 1440. It is 1170. So that is what I'm going to do. So this container is going to have a width of. Before I do that, let me add that class. Call it cont dash, and then give it WDT for width. All right, so I want the class to be 1770. So that is the width, sorry, not the class, but the width of this to be 1170. 1170, right? I'm just gonna make sure it is, so that I'm not making any mistake. All right, and then I'm just gonna do this. Yep. All right, that's good. So that is good for the width of the container. So those are the two things that I want to do when it comes to the container and other stuff like that. All right, so that is good for the first two classes. I'm not going to do any height here because I don't want to touch the height. Within this container, I'm going to go to layout, and then for pattern top, I'm going to give it a pattern of 100. And then for pattern bottom, I'm going to give it also 100. So every class that has this is going to have this this container and this pattern too. I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to also remove that. I'm going to create another container. I'll call it DT dash, and then give it a width, and then dash, and then I'm going to say this one should be so no P, which means that no pattern, because not I don't want the pattern to be for everything, and I don't want to go into the design and then change pattern when I can just add a class. So the class here, so what I'm going to do is use the technique when it comes to copying like class properties. So I'm going to copy this, go over here, and just paste it over here. That container should have All right. Okay, I think something happened, but so, yeah, I copied the wrong. So copy this and then go here and then paste it. All right, cool. So this container, I'm gonna highlight this. You can see has a pattern. So I'm going to remove the pattern and then we have that. Okay, so that is good. So if you don't highlight it and make any changes, remember it's not going to apply to the class. So if I remove this and I make any change, it's not going to apply to this class that is over here. All right, so that is good for this. So I'm just going to remove it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to start adding colors. So to do that, I'm going to say that first colors to text, because that's mostly what we have for the design. We have this background over here. Yeah, but mostly, yeah, I'm going to add just color to type. So let's go in here and then put in a text. And then this color, copy that. Now for this text, go to style, typography, and then let's add a class called yellow. TXT -- yellow. Then that is good, and just click on save. So for this, I want to give it a color of that. So that is just for the type, the color for the type. So I can apply more than one class. So I can apply this color and also apply other stuff to it too. So this should be good. So I'm just gonna clear that and clear this one. Also have another class called TXT -- this color is this. We can call this black or be okay. Just click on save. Change the color here to this very color. That is good. So saved. Just go over here. The next one is this color. All right, so over here, I'm just gonna go in and then give it another class called BFT -- and then give this, let's give this one gray. Let's click on save and then change the color here to this. All right, so that is how you apply the color for that. So we're gonna do the last one. Is this, we're gonna call this one a cream. So let's clear this and then remove this class, create a new class called TXT -- cream. And then add a color over here. And then that should be good for the color for the typography. Go back over and make sure that we haven't missed any color. All right, I think that is pretty good. All right, so that is that. The next thing that we're going to do is our typeface and our font. All right, so over here you can see that the text, what you're using for this text is called darker grotesque. So that is what we're going to look for. So first we need this. So this one, I'm going to click on inspect so that we can see the information that is needed for that. All right, so there is an 82 size text. So over here, I'm going to create a new class. We call this one h1 -- hero. And we don't have to add txt. I'm just going to leave it like this. And then over here, I'm going to give it a default color. I'm not going to even apply a color to it because I can apply a different class color to this. So font size is 82. Font family is darker. That is good. There's a 600 for the weight. So let's choose 600. Font style is normal. Line height, let's choose pixels and then change this one to 71 for the line height. Letter spacing is -0.02 EMs. So let's change this one to EMs. and then let's start going down and then put a 0 over here. Okay, so now we have created this class that h1 dash dash hero for our hero text. So every hero text is every h1 hero text is going to have this. So that is good. I'm going to clear this and also clear that, and then the next hero text should be, it is small. I think this a bit large, so we can call this one an h2 text. All right, this is a 65 size text. So class is over here. Let's call this one h2 dash dash txt. That's good. All right, probably rename that and then add the size, which is 65, so that it'll be much easier to do. So 65. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy from our h1 hero text the style, and then I'm just going to apply that to this. All right, so we have that. So make sure that this, well, what happened? Did I copy it? Okay, let's clear. And then let's highlight it again. All right, so it's showing up now. Okay, so we want to change the size to 65. We want to change the line height to 54. And then we want to change, okay, this is the same, this is the same, this is the same. All right, that is pretty good. So that is good for this. So I'm just going to clear that and then remove this. And then the next one will be, I think, which one is also, what size is this? Okay, this is the same, so we don't have to create that again. Okay, this is 56. So let's call this one h2. Let's call this one h2 dash dash txt dash dash 56. Right. Okay, that is good. And then we're just gonna go back, copy from the 65, and then paste it on the 56. And then go over here. As you can see, when you apply, for some reason, it doesn't show up automatically. So you just have to clear it and then just highlight it again to start showing up. So this one is 56. The line height is 44. Now the letter spacing is the same. So we're going to leave that alone. We're not going to touch it. All right, so our next thing that we're going to, the next class will be for the button. So for the button, we're going to add, let's go to add element and then put in a button. So there's a button. I'm going to just delete this one. So for the button, I'm going to go here and give it a BTT dash BUT. All right. So that's for the button. Yeah. So yeah, I think that class is okay. All right. So the first one is going to see that the text size is 23. So what we can do is we can just style this without adding the text, and we can add the text class, or we can have everything included in this. But I think what we're going to do is put everything included. So it is a size 23 for the text. Yeah, I think probably we shouldn't. Let me go in here and then copy. We need a 23, right? I don't think we have the 23, but I'm going to copy this and then paste it on this, right? And then just clear this and reselect. Okay, so we have a size. We need a 23 for the size, 31 for line height, spacing, text is uppercase. So that is good. The font weight is 700. All right, everything looks good. Everything looks good over there. So the next thing is to find the pattern. So 20, let's use 21, 21, and 36, 36. So for one, I'm going to go to layout. So 21, 36, 21, 36. And then we have a radius. So go to border, click on border, and then the radius is 16 all around. Text color is black for this. All right, so this is another one. So I think I'm gonna go in here and then change, instead of, I'm gonna give this one a yellow, and just save that. All right, so that is for a yellow buttons. So I'm just gonna clear. I think we are good with the yellow buttons, right? So this is one. Let me just fix the color. So go back over here and then pick this color up, and then background color, give this one color of that. All right, so that should be good for this button. All right, let's remove it, and then we need a second button that the background is white. So we need the same thing with this BTT dash WHT. Just click on that, go over here, copy, and then let's paste it. And then we need a background color to be, what is the background color for this? All right, that's a pure white. So a pure white background color, and then change this one to a white. Okay, that is good. Just to make sure that the text color that I'm using is correct, I'm just going to go back in here, copy this text color, and paste this on here. What I think I didn't do is that the last class, I didn't apply the right text color. So I'm going to go back here, choose that, go to typography, and then put in this. So that should be good. And then remove that. All right. The next one, the next button that we have, okay, this is the same. We need to do this one. All right, I'm just going to zoom in a bit more. All right, 35, 35, and then 39 on the side. All right, so let's go in here and then add BTT dash trunk for transparent background. All right, go over here. Let's copy everything that we have here and then paste it. All right, so text color is the yellow. So go in here, go to typography, change this one to this. So that's the text color. Background color is transparent. transparency is 0. Border radius, we are going to give it a border radius of, okay, let's give it a border radius. I just want to select this and see what, okay, this is a 15 border radius. So we're going to go to border, click over here, and then we're going to unlink this because this is the top. So the top can be 0, right can be 15, bottom can be 15, and the left can be 0. So as you can see over here, we have the left and the right. We have this and that working like that. Next thing that we want to, okay, I think that should be it for the buttons. I think this, all right, I think that should be good. I think that's good. If I missed anything, I will try and then add it when it comes to adding the classes. So at the moment, we've been able to finish adding our classes. So we are almost ready to start designing what we need to design when it comes to like design wise. All right, so we are back in our back end. We're going to hover on bricks and then click on template. Over here, we're going to add our header. So header, and then choose the header as the template type and click on publish. And we're going to edit with bricks. All right, so right now I am on bricks 1.5. So that is what we're using. So if you see anything that you don't see on yours, probably you don't have bricks 1.5. You might want to check on your downloads page to see that. All right, so that is out of the way. I'm going to add a section. All right, so I haven't added any classes yet. So I'm going to click on that and then add my section class, which is that, and then click on my container, go back to the Figma file, and then I'm just going to, so this container is a bit bigger than the normal container that I'm using. So what I am going to do is that I'm going to go over here and then add the container with no padding. Then what I'm going to do next is to probably clear this and then go to my style. And for the layout, the width, I'm going to copy this as 1438.5. So I need this to be 1438.5. And then the height should be 98. So we could create a class that corresponds to that. But some things are just one piece that I don't know if you want to use a class or not. So that is something that you have to wait, because for the header, it's just a one piece thing that you don't have to really be doing all of that much. All right, so I think that is good. Okay, so first let's deal with creating these items. So I'm going to save, and then I want to go back into the back end to create the menu. So hover on appearance and then go to themes. Sorry, hover on appearance and then go to menu. Then menu section, click on main menu, and then let's create that. So over here we have about, servers, blog, and contact. What we're going to do is create custom links and then call this one about. Next one, service. Blog and contact. So blog. So this should be hash and then create, and then last one should be contact. Because we are not trying to create all these pages, we just need them for the design. So okay, that's good. So then we need to add in this menu first. So menu, type in the menu, add the menu. Consider the menu is already selected. The next then is this. So this should be just a normal header. So that is good. The next one should be these icon list that we have over here. So I'm going to add a div So inside this div, we're going to add all our icons. So that's icon number 1. Make sure it's under this div, it's inside that div, and then just duplicate and then duplicate. All right, that is good. So we have all our items inside. So I'm just going to click on the container and lay this one. Make sure that the container is laid horizontally. And then in between, because even with what we're doing now, you can use classes so that you don't have to go through this again if you want to apply this in other places. But meaning that you have to create numerous classes. And that is what if you are building your own website from scratch using HTML and CSS, that is something that you might have to go through. Create numerous classes to affect that, or you can create like small classes that you can just keep adding to. But it makes it cumbersome. For me, it makes it really cumbersome. So sometimes if something is just for a one-time thing, you can just go into the styler and then probably use that. But for things that will be repeating itself, mostly those things, I think using a class is pretty efficient. All right, so this, I'm going to make this one space in between. That should be good. All right, change this one from this to what's the word there? Math. All right, I'm going to apply a class here. The size of this is, I'm going to go to inspect. It's 40. So I'm looking for a 40 text. All right, so that's a 40 text with a 700. Make sure that everything, because it's 700. So what I'm going to do is clear that, change this one to 700. Because I could have created more of this and just make sure that, or probably let me just highlight that and then change this one to 700. Probably it's 700 everywhere. So that that should be good. All right, so we have our logo for that. Our size is 70, one with the 754, everything looks good. All right, so over here, let's start dealing with the icons. The first one is a Facebook icon. So let's type in Facebook. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. Let's try a different one. Let's see what Timify has. Facebook. All right, this is good. And then the size of this, just going to zoom in. I'll select that. It is, let's give it a 12. Right, so size is a 12. How tiny that is. All right, so that is good. Size is 12. We can even have a class for this. So let's create a class and call it icons, GT, and then BD. I'm going to remove everything, and then I'm also going to remove the size. Let's make size a 12. And then the icon itself, we're going to go to Timify and then type in Facebook, and then the color of this is this. So we're going to also keep that over here. So that is a color. Okay, this should be good. Then let's, what else is needed? Okay, it has a pattern. Okay, top is 2, left and right is 16, and bottom is 23. So let's go to layout. Top is 2, left and right is 16, and then bottom is 23, left and right is 16. All right, it's top 2. The top is 5. Let's give that 4.42. Is that 4.42? All right, good. 56.56. 15, like 15.56. I'm going to just copy that. Go to left and paste it over there. And the bottom is 23.25. 23.25. All right, so that is good. Let's go to border and then go to radius. And then we're going to make this one into percentage. Make this 100. Be 100 is not the best because of the size. So I'm just going to unlock this And I think the left and the right seems to be something more. So I'm just want to close it a little. All right and left is not really. Okay, let's change this one from this to percentage, right? And lock everything. All right, that should be good. I think probably we might want the bottom to be a bit. Whatever this is, it's not really. So we're just gonna make this into that. That should be good, and then just lock it like that. All right, so that is that for the border color is something different. So just make sure that I have the right color. Okay, it has an opacity of 0.1. So border color is this. Go back and then just copy that and then paste it over here. Opacity should be 0.1. All right, that is good. I think I did do that. So, okay, that's perfect. All right. Oh, this was being applied. All right, everything is good. So we have we have this class created for everything. So I'm just going to go here and then just apply a class called that. Go to content, change this one to, I think that is a dribble. It is dribble. So let's go to Timify and type in dribble. Okay, that is dribble. Go to the next one. The next one is Instagram. So type in Instagram. That is good. And then let's add a class of this. So we could have just duplicated this to make it simple, but since we are using classes, it's best that we utilize the classing system that we have. So I'm just going to select this. Then the space should be 20 for that div. So this div should have, should be a flex. So div, and it should be a flex. And horizontal like that, 20. All right, so that is good. We are almost there for the header. I'm just going to zoom out a little more. So let's try and add a line. Is there a divider over here? Okay, we have a divider. I'm going to click on this divider and then go to styles. I want to make the width 100%, right? And then click on this container and then go to content, and with the flex, I will want to have a wrap. All right, so now we are able to bring the this divider down by utilizing the wrap, because the divider has 100%, meaning it has to cover 100% of the width of that container that is in. Because so when we did that and then we enabled the wrap, it came to the next line. So that should be good. And then probably go over here and then give it a bit more, a top margin of 20. So this one can be pushed a bit more up like that. All right, that is good. So we are done with our header. So I'm just going to go back to our main dashboard, go to pages. And then over here, I'm going to click on edit with bricks. All right, so our header is implemented. All right, I think one thing that I am missing is I'm going to go back in here. Didn't even have done that. I can click on this and then go to edit header. Okay, so over here, we're going to click on the section and then go to styles, and then in the layout, I'm going to give it a margin, the bottom margin of -90. That is good. Yeah, -90 is good. I'm just going to save that. Go in here and then refresh this. All right, that is good. So, one more thing. Click and then let's search for index. So let's make this a 99. so it to be on top of everything. Let's refresh this again. All right, so we're going to start creating our hero section. All right, so we are back. I know. Let's click on hero. That is good. In this hero section, I'm going to give it a height so that we'll be able. Let me add a class first. Okay, so the class for the width, and then click on the container, and then also add container class of let's say no p, and then I just want to add a height so that because of let's put 700 over here. That is good. All right, so inside this container we have two divs. There's two divs. Do we have to do three divs? Probably not. We can import this picture into one div. Yeah, so we can have two divs. So let's do two divs. So let's click on add, and then in the container, div number 1, and then just duplicate that. Click on this, and then I want to clear that. Go over here and make everything horizontal like that. All right, so this div is 470. So click on the first div. Give it styling of 470. Click on the second div. This is 570. So give this a width of 570. All right, that is good. Click back on the container. Put everything into center, everything like that, and bring also this into the middle. All right, so within this, we want to have, so we need a text, a bottom. We will need probably a block over here to have this too. So we need to go to element, add in text, go back, add in a basic text, and then let's add a block. Within that block, we're gonna have a button. So let's add a button. So this button is inside. Let's click on the block. Then within this, we have this image and this rating. All right, what I'm going to do is add another block inside. So block inside the block, highlight that block. Then we're gonna add an image. We need an image, and then we need not basic. Remove that. We need a text. Just need basic text is okay. So that is good. All right. Now in the next one we need two images. So I'm just gonna go in here and then type in image. So image number 1, and then inside we're just going to duplicate it. So these are the elements that we need for this. The next thing is to start styling our, okay, let's add our background. So let's select that, and then there's the background. So let's select our section, go to style, make sure that this is not highlighted, and then background, we're gonna paste this in there. Okay, that is really good. Let's start placing our items. Go to content, put this over here. Want to break it up, performance, and then social. All right, and here we want to add a class. So our first class is going to be the H1 hero text. That is good. Make sure that and go here and then break this over here. Should this. Okay. All right. So this 470, right? Yeah, we can leave this. Yeah, that is good. Next text is this one. So selected, put in our text. All right. Let's add a class for what is the information here? 22. So we need a 22, which is this. All right. So that is a 22 for that text. The height, the width for this is 370. So I need to go to style, clear this up, and then the layout over here on the width, I need a 370. Okay, that is good. Now we need a button. Text here is get started. Copy the text. Let's give this a button of yellow. Then go to content and then paste this in there. So as you can see, we are utilizing our classes, making sure that things are working properly. So in there, we need this image. All right, so I'm gonna go to here and then I'm gonna copy the text that we need. So everything here should be in. Let's go back to the back end and go to media. Box select everything here, delete permanently, and then add new. I'm gonna want to go to, I just want to check up on the settings and then go to, okay, SVG is allowed. Okay, that is good. Add new. Let's paste everything in here. All right, things are gonna load up real fast. All right, yes, I think I picked out a wrong file, but that is okay. Go back to our builder. I'm just gonna save this, and then I'm going to see whether I'll be able to see, all right, this image is ready. All right, let me close this up. Go back to the Figma file. We need this. All right, so over here, we need to find that image, which is this. All right, that is cool. And then our text. So image. All right, so I think what I need to do is take this out. All right, cool. And then this over here should be two texts. So let me just duplicate this. So first text should be this rating. So let's type in rating. All caps, and this size for this is 12. So I don't think I have a 12. So what I'm going to do is go in here and then pick one of these. And I'm just going to clear this, right? Go to style. I want to make sure that in the style, the font size is 12. The weight is 700. And let's put in other information. The line height is 16. Let's put in pixels, 16 pixels. And then everything is in caps. And the color is this with opacity of 0.4. So color, that. Oh, we don't even have to do that. We have color already. So text color black. So I already did that. Go in here. I'm gonna clear that and then make this 0.7. Now it should be all right. So something went wrong. Suppose did. Remove this and then paste in this color. And then make it 0.7. All right, that is good. The next one should just be what? 0.55. I go to content, 0. Right, so for this text down here, I'm just going to zoom in a bit so I can select this. This 1824 with this color. Do I have 18? I'm going to go here. I don't think I have 18, but I have a 20. So go to start. I'm just going to clear this so it doesn't change to, I think, 700, right? Okay, this is 600. So change it to 600. Make sure that the size is 18. The color should be this. What else do we need? The letter spacing should be in amps. I put a 0 here. Letter height is 24 pixels. All right, that is good. But in this block, we need to make sure that selecting this block, go to content, horizontal like that. All right. I want to make sure that we are not okay. This is 40 pixels. So click on this, go to style. On the layout, give this one 40 pixels like that. All right, so let's space this out. So everything within this block, okay, this image, let's select the block again, go to content, everything centered like that. I'm just gonna give it, if you give this one like 20, also separates this out, which is 8. So let's give it like a 10. And then click on this image, go to style, and then on the left, give it an extra 10. An illusion of this is bigger than that. Okay, so that is the text. Click on this div that we have, go to content, make sure that it's a flex display, it's flex, like that, and then so it should be a row. So the row should have a 20 pixels all around it. Right, that is good. I hope that is correct. Okay, it has 40, that's 20. So let's select, go back into this, click on this block, and then the style to the top, we're gonna add an extra 20. Illusion is bigger. All right, so images within this, we want to make sure that this div is a flex like that. Click on this image, select. The first image should be this, that is good. Second image should be that. That is perfect. Okay, so within this block, within this div, one every space is 14. So make sure that we have 14 like that. It should be 14. Right, that is good. And then the space in between this this container. So when you click on the container, get the space between this and that is 130. So let's click on our container, and then we want our row to be 130 like that, which is perfect. Now we need space for the top and the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna go, this one is selected. Make sure you click on our container. We don't have a height. We don't have a height yet. All right, so let me just zoom in. Let me zoom out. Okay, this is 182. All right, so top and bottom, 100. So what I'm going to do is remove this, go back here, and then choose this. See how this works? So that should be good. So I think we might need a few more for this container. I'm just going to highlight this because we need more space at the top. Let's add 80. It should be 182. And then the bottom should be, what is the bottom here? 76. All right, so we are done with our hero section. Let's check it. I think everything is working nicely as we want. All right, that is good. So our hero section is really ready. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to run through this a bit faster than usual. All right, so we have a section. So let's add a new section. So that's a section. Within the section, we want to add a class. And then within the container, we also want to add not this. We want to add that one with the pattern. So, all right. So within this, we're going to have two. We're gonna have two divs, but before that, we want to add a divider. So let's add a divider first. So we have a divider in the container. The next one is to add a div. So we added a div. The next then is to add. Let's add another div. So two divs and one divider. Click on the container. Go to content. Make sure that everything is laid out. All right, so yeah, I think I'm gonna apply that to all of this. I'm just gonna clear like that. Make sure everything is centered like that. And after that, I'm just going to clear it. Okay, but that is good. All right, so let's click on our divider. Let's see what is the. I want to click on. All right, so any here, a vector which has okay 5. So make sure that this is 5. Width is what is the height? Vertical or horizontal? We need height. Horizontal. Direction. All right, so this is direction. This is not really. So we might have to use CSS transform to fix solid. All right. What is the height on this? 146.5. All right, 146.5. Let's go to style, and then let's go to. So we have transform here. We want to rotate. Where did it go? All right, it's not rotating. So rotate is really because you can translate it, but it looks like you cannot rotate it using. Does it want to rotate? Okay, you have to do it on the y-axis. So let's make that. Wait, what happened? Okay, 90 degrees on that. That is good. Next thing that we're going to do. All right, I think I might have that. I don't want to do anything like that. Okay, we need this text. So in this, let's go and add our element. We need a header, right? And then within the header, we need a basic text. All right, so this header, let's copy the text over here and then paste it in here. In here, we want to make sure it's closing over at this, and then go to style, size as 40/600. Okay, so let's look for a 40. Let's go to style, make sure that everything is right. Okay, it should be 600. So that's 600. Next then should be this. Okay, let's make sure it's selected. Go over here, paste it. Let's look for size is 22. 22. Size is 500. Make sure that it is correct. Size is 500. It breaks up at UT. So go in here and then break it down. All right, and that is fine. I think probably I might want to bring this in here. All right, probably not. Okay, that is good. So that should be. Let's click on this, right? And let's go back to transform. Okay, really do not want that to be. Okay, we want it to be a bit more close. So like -70. Probably -50. It's okay. Okay, so we are done with this. The next one should be this, which should be 196.94.7. So click on here. Let's say 694.7. 694.7. Okay, that is good. And then we're gonna add in these logos. All right, so logo. Go ahead and type in logo. Then that's an SVG, right? So logo. And we can select. Oh, we shouldn't have used logos. It should just be an icon. Okay, probably can use that. The first one is Google, right? Okay, let's take Google. All right, so within Google, we need, what you call it? All right, so 24, let's use 24, 24, 52, 52. So logo is selected. And then go to, let me add a class here to make it more simple. So we're going to add a class and call this logo dash PD for padding. All right, so tap, see again, 20, 24, 52, 24, 52. It looks like padding didn't work on this. All right, so what I'm going to do is use an image rather than this on this logo. So click on that and then let's add image. All right, so within this image, I'm going to select this and then put in the this one. All right, so inside here, I want to apply the logo PD. Give this one 22, right? 52, 22, 50, 52. And that is good. Let's go to borders, and then in the border, we want to give it a solid one. Make sure that there's a solid. The border color, supposed to be one, but this is the color. Make sure that the color is selected and it has opacity of 0.1. All right, so this is the first one. So we're just gonna go, I'm gonna go in and then duplicate that. So duplicate that and then just change the content. Next one is Slack. I think we might have to fix that, but let's see what happens. Next one is that logo. So which is this. It's even bigger. So let's just keep duplicating. The next one should be Netflix. So that's a Netflix. Next one should be intercom. So duplicate that. Intercom, and then the last one should be that logo. So duplicate this, and then within this logo, where is that logo? Which is this one. All right. So for this very one, we want to give the go to style and then go to layout. So this is 22. Go back here. Get 29, 29. So same 29, 29. Probably this is too big. Let's do 26. So let's do 26. Let's see. Okay, it's on the same height. All right, so this one, $33. So let's hold this. Top 33, bottom 33. Left and right is it's kind of big, but we have to reduce it to get. All right, so this is 56 plus 33, which will give you 89. So that divided by 2 is 4, around like 45. Oh no, this, okay, left and right. Okay, this is 70, 76 divided by 2 is, wow, it's really 76 divided by 2, 36. So let's put 38, 38. And then the top and bottom, probably give this one 30, good, 28, bottom 28. Is this matching? Probably not. let's do it like a 30, 30. Okay, 30, 30 seems to work. Is there space around? Okay, there is huge space around this. 10. All right, so let's go back to our design. I'm going to close this. Let's go back to our design and click on this div. Go over here, make sure that it's flex and it wraps. Or let's leave it as a block because I think the block is working better than the flex. But then you'll be able to do what you need to do. Flex, wrap, wrap. Nice. All right, let's give this a column of 10. That's what we have to reduce. Go to style. Then we have to reduce this a bit more to probably 15. No, 22. But then left and right. Okay, let's make this like a 40. Then this also into a 40. Okay, 40, 40 is also, yeah, this like a 40, and then I think that's also into a 40. All right, so that is that. I think these will also occupy those. I think I want to go back here, click on the div. I want to go back into the div and then give this also 10 pixels like that. All right, I want to make sure that everything is unique and it is styled correctly on the left and right. So let's give this like a 20. All right, so this is 44. The 40 and 44. 42. 42. Right, that should work. So click on this. We want to reduce 30. All right, so this 24 plus 44, which is 80, 88. 24 plus 44, 24 plus 44 is 68. So 60, 68 is, so this can be 34. Then the left can also be 34. 31. Let's make this one 33. Right, that should work. And this for the last one, we want this to be 40. This 40, 30. All right. So we've been able to lay this one out so that everything between is sized accordingly. Let me go back here. This and that. We need space in between these two. The space between this and this 130. So I'm gonna click on this div and then go to let's go to layout. Make sure that the left margin is 130. Right, the space in between this is going that way. All right, so I think that the divider here is causing issues. So what I'm going to do is delete this, and then I'm going to add a block. So let's add a block. The block should be outside here, and then the block should have a width of 5, and then a height of 146. And then let's add in some color. This color that we have, I just want to select this and then select the color of the button. So that's the same color. Let me save this and then preview it. All right, so what I'm going to do is to probably add this block to in here, and then go back to the design. So the block is in here, but within this, I want to add another block. Then I'm going to add everything within this into this block. All right, cool. So click on this div, and then give it, make it into a flex like that. Is there space? Okay, that is like some space. So 30 space. So this, you want to give it 30 without space. And then with this, you want to also give this spacing of 130. Looks like something is wrong here with that number. I'm just going to reduce this. Let's use something like 70. Go up a bit more and see. Okay, so 78 and looks like the good spot to use. All right, so we have this laid out like that. Let's go back to our next section, which is this. Let's save that. Add a section. New section. Make sure that we add the class. So there's a class. Then click on the container. Make sure the container also has this. All right, cool. We need two divs. The container. Click on and add div number 1 and div number 2. All right, within this div, we need to add this image. So we need to add an image within the div. So click on image, select the image, go to select. Then we need to this image. So insert the image in here. Click on the next div. This one has one text and then a list, text, and then a button. All right, so you can say header text. Then, all right, so remove, click on here, click on the text. We need a list. So we have a list, and then icon list is not really nice. I tried using it, it wasn't really good. We need to add a button. So click button, then add a button. But button should be all the way to the bottom. All the way to the bottom here. All right, so we can add BTT yellow. Is it white? Okay, I think BTT white. That is good. Make sure that we have the color for this background. Style. Let me clear that. Put in this color. That's good. All right. So in here, even select this and then make sure that, but we have more than one color for typography, so I'm not going to do that. But within this, okay, text, right? This text should have a color. Text color. Where's the white? That cream? And this pure white. So probably someone just clear that. I might need it elsewhere. So let's say txt -w, and let's just save that, and then it should have text color of white. Right, cool. So let's clear that. So that should be that. Let's copy the text over here. So I just added a class just for your information for the white text. I'm also going to add a class for this text itself with the 65. So let's look for 65. 65. All right, we're going to break this from social. Go in here, break this for social, and then so break this for next text. That is good. I'm going to do text after this because that is much easier to do. And after that, we're going to do with break it at do. Okay, breaks over here. Breaks at Right, let's add what text color is this? Okay, but it has opacity of 0.6. So we're gonna add a text color of white. Then we're gonna add this as a 22. We're gonna add a 22 for that. Then let's go to style and then let's clear this. Then for let's put white, pure white. What is the text color of 0.6? All right. Okay, so that is good. Then the button about us. Let's copy that. Go to content and then paste this over here. You have to remove this style away. Button white, and that is good. Then within this, our spacing is 40. So let's click on this div. Go to content. Make sure it's flex. Go down like that, and then make sure everything is centered. Everything is centered like that, and then it has a row of 40 for the row. I'm just gonna use 25 because 40 is too big. That is good. I really don't want this to be that. I want this to have why is it becoming full width? Something is wrong. Let me copy this, right? And paste it in here. Okay, everything here is becoming full width. Okay, let me click on this div, right? This is 466. So div, go to style, and then give it this 466. But I don't want my primary. Let's add BTT white. All right, I'm gonna deal with this later on, but I definitely do not want all right, so there was an issue there, but it has been fixed. Let's try and do our list. So is there a way to add a highlight? All right, let's say icon. Icon list is not, the icon list doesn't really work as I want it to work. It has like text and other stuff like that, which okay, it might work. Okay, let's say I want this to be a check. Okay, there's this check. All right, so the check color. Okay, we can delete. Then over here, I want to change this one to the text. Okay, label as this. All right, cool. Font is 22. So let's go in here and then add the 22 font. That is good. What else? Color is white, so we can just leave. But the icon, I think I have like an icon. Okay, that one doesn't apply here. It really doesn't. Background color of yellow. Copy that. Let's see if I add this. All right, no. icon color, right? Icon color. Let's see, add this. Not good if this applies to like the entire thing. Yeah. Then what is the essence? All right. So I think I'm gonna just leave that alone for that because it cannot be made into anything else apart from what it is now. Let's justify to the left. Okay, let's just duplicate this more than once. We don't really have to add those new things. Put them into this way, and then the space between items. Oh, so let's see what is the space between. Let's just zoom out. 13. So between this 13, it's 20. So between this, that seems too big. Let's make this like a 10. Oh, even if it's 0, it still has spacing over there. So, all right, it's because of the pattern. Because of the pattern. So I have to remove pattern and then go here and give it a 20. All right, so that works. I'm just gonna delete this list. We have this done nicely. What we need to do next is click this, and we have 105. So let's click on the div. No, let's click on the container rather, and then give this 105. All right. So that is that for this section, right? There anything else we need to do here? Okay, that is good. The next thing is this. So I think this should be like, let's add a section. So go in here, the section, so section added. Make sure that can you delete this? Okay, you can delete that. Let's add our width, which is 100 width. And then go to style. And then in the background, we want to select an image. Okay. All right. I see what I did. Let me remove that and then clear this. And then select this again. Right, that is good. The height for this is 756. So let's go to layout and then put in height 756. I think I might need to, I think there should be a play. Let me add an icon. Click on the section, make sure that everything here is justified to the center. And then click on the icon, and then let's look for a play icon. Let's type in play. So a play icon, that should be good. I'm going to give it size of 155, 153. All right, that is good. Go to style, give it a pattern type of. That's good. I'm just going to give it some colors. Color should be red, like a real red color. What color that is, but like a red, deep red color like that. Is this red? Oh, saturation, right? I think that is good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. That is okay. You don't have to do much. Let's go to our next section. Oh, we can even give this a background. Probably, let me do something more. Add a background color of white. And then give a, apply it all around and then go to border. So on the border, we want to make this 100 pixels. Great. Or we can even, yeah, that should be good. Probably, let me see. this play really the best we can? Let me go to icon play. Yeah, probably let's use this and then go to style and then remove everything. Okay, this is good. I like that. Change the color to white. All right, that should work. Let's go to our next one, which is this section. So I'm going to add a section here for our next section. Right, we have a tag. So I'm going to have we have it, and I'm going to have probably a div over here. So let's add some text. Make sure we add our classes. So our class, click on container. Container shouldn't have okay, let's have some spacing. Okay, in here we want to put in where we have two texts, so a header text and a basic text, and then inside we want to have, so over here I want this to be like that. Right, good. And then under this we want to have a block, and we're going to have a div. So inside the div, then we can have like three blocks. So 1, 2, 3. So this div, I am going to change it to flex. Go like that. And that is good. Okay, now let's start adding some items over here. That should have text color of black text color. And then it should also have 65. So that is 65. That is good. As this, click on that. Should have 22. And this text color of gray. All right, so go over here. We want a text color of gray, and then it should be 22. It should break down as uni. Broken down. All right, that is good. All right, let's go back. Okay, the container is still selected. Go back to content, and then all right, I want to clear this. What I even do, this should be a 0. Totally a 0. And then the row should be probably 35. All right, that is good. All right, so in here is what we're gonna do our thing. When we have like 1, 2, 3, we have an icon, and then the text, and then the text. All right, so let's click on here. Icon, and the text. Here's the text. Is that a link text? They have a link text. Okay, they don't have a link text. So let's put in just another basic text. All right. So this icon, I think I did that. So let's, yeah, SVG. First one should be the square. Good. Size. Are you able to give it a size? $47. That is good. Next text is this. Color is a black. Next then is 56. So I want this to be 56. Good. All right. Paste. Information is 22. Gray. So let's go here and then pick a gray and then pick 22. So that is good. Next one is this text that is 2370 black. All right. Learn more. Go here. It should be a black. It should be 20. I don't have 23, so I'm going to use 22. Clear everything, go to style. Should when you go to typography, should be uppercase, and then this should be 700. And then we should have underline. All right. Okay. 370. We should just have 50, 50, 50, 61, 61. All right. So make sure that this block is selected. And then we're going to go to, so we can just add a class here, or we can just duplicate. As I said, you can duplicate this without creating a class. So let's go back to layout 50, 50, 61, 61. All right. So 50, 61, 50, 61. Color, the background is this. So let's go in, go to typography. Let's paste in that color. It's not curved at any point, so that is good. Everything is in the middle. I'm just going to give this a little spacing. Yeah, so I'm just going to give it, click on the block, go here, and then make sure that 20. That should be good. All right, so what I'm going to do is duplicate, duplicate, and then these ones, delete, delete. So we can just go in and then start changing our icons. So we need a circle one, circular. Right. Over here, the text here is what? Let's paste that one there. Okay, this one is the same. This one is the same. Next one. There's a triangle. Triangle selected. And then our text over here is going to be that. All right. We need to add some space in between. So click on this div that has these over here. Let's give it a row of 30. Didn't work. Column. Is it 30? Yep, it's 30. So that is perfect. So I think we are done with this. We need the background color. So let me just copy that. Click on the section is selected already. Go to style. Make sure you clear this so that every section doesn't have it. And then paste it there. And we are good. All right, let's go to the next one, which is this. So let's add in a new section. Add section added. So this new section, make sure you add your classes, your beginner classes. Okay, that is good. Background is white. Everything is good. So in here, we want to have, so this two, we're going to have a block. Oh, sorry. So this looks like a next, what they call in bricks called nextables. Like if you have like a testimonial, so this testimonial can like slide. This is a Figma file. It hasn't been designed fully, but if you click on here, then the next testimonial should show in a slider. So we can use a nextable slider to do this. So what I'm going to do is click here and type in slider, and then click on the nextable one. All right. So in this nextable slider, I'm going to delete. You go to content, right? Go over here and then delete everything. You just need one. Just need one functional one, which is this. All right. So inside here, let's open it. Inside here, we're going to have two divs, which is this div and then this div. So let's click on the slider and then go to add. And inside here, we're going to have divs, right? Yeah, one div and then two divs. I'm going to delete these and then also delete that. Okay. Make sure this right is under that. All right. So two divs. Click on this slider and make sure that it is in horizontal mode. Click on that. This one should have 470 to go to width 470. The next one should also have 400. So layout, this should have 400. All right, so we've created it. The whole next is 1040. So click on this next. And then width, let's see what we can do width from here. Okay. So everything inside options, right? And I want to find width. If there's no width, then we just go and then add it through that is the height. All right, so you have to apply width through here. So width of this is 1040. All right, what is the height? Height is 494. So click on here and then go to content, go to options, turn this on to pixel, and then 494. All right, that should be good. And then we're not going to give it space. We're just going to click on this, make sure that things are spread in between. So it's hitting the edge of each of it. So we are almost there. Click on it again, click on this nextables, and then go to style, background. Let's see if I apply. All right, so we want our background to have transparent background, right? Transparent background, probably is because of this. Transparent background. All right, that is good. So we are almost done with this, right? We can start inputting our values, sorry, our element. So we're going to have a block here, and then the text, and then the block here too. Understood? All right, so let's have our first section. It's going to have a block. Okay, that is good. The next one should be a text, like a header text. And then we should have a block again. And then within that block, we should have another block. I'm going to show you why we need that block later on. Okay, but that is good. All right, so there's the dev block. And then within this block, we need text. So one text, that is text. And then we need icons. Icon. All right, so within this text, well, we just need this number. It's 20,600. All right. All right, so select our text 12.00. And let's click on the block again, make sure it is this our icon. Let's zoom in to 15. It's really tiny. Click back on our block, make sure everything is middle and then centered like that. All right. What we're gonna do, we're gonna style one icon. So this is a star, so give it a color. Yellow. That is not a star we're looking for. Okay, might have to choose. All right. That's the star we're looking for. All right, so we're gonna go in here and then just duplicate. 1, 2, 3, 4. You just need one more. Duplicate. All right, so that is good. The 400. That add yeah, I need to add this called text black. Let me select this back again and go to style, right? Let's see the typography. Okay, this is 400. I need to clear this and then make this into 600. 600, right? Yeah, this one in particular one is 600. All right, so I think we're done with this. I just need to give it a bit of space with its 15. So I'm going to click on, wow, you have a lot of text away. All right, here, and then give it to the right margin of 15. Give it that space, and that is good. Let's zoom out, copy that on our header text, and then paste this in there. And then let's find out the information here. We have 42,600 and then a black. Whereas the text should be a black. And then we should have 42. All right, I haven't seen a 42, but I'm gonna use this 40 and then clear that and then go to style And then inside typography, you want to change this one to a 42. That is fair, and that is good. All right, the next then is what we have to do here. All right, so within this, first, let me add an image. So image is added. Make sure the image is in tab, and then click on this block, go to content, and make it this way. Make sure everything is also centered like that. Click on the image. We need the circle image, which is this. All right, in this block, we're going to have these two texts. So text, header, and then basic. For the header, we're going to have a name. Let's just put in OB Studios, right? OB. Couldn't spell studio. So OB Studios for the name. And then this is a black. Not that. Remove. This should be a black. That's 22. So we need to find 22. 600. No, 22 might not be 600. It's 500. So I'm just going to clear this and then make this one 600. Just like that. The next one is whatever this one is. Paste that over there. I want it to be a gray. And then you want it to have a size of 18. So we're going to choose this and go to size. Clear this so we can make a little modification. Make this 18. And this should be 500. And then 500. So that is good. All right. So let's click on this div and then go over here, change this on to flex and give it a column space of, I always get this thing confused. Let's do this 20 for the column. Right, that is perfect. Let's click on this block. It's 15, so that block should have column 15. All right, so that should be that. And then in here, we want to add it. We want to add an image. So image, and then click that, and then select what is the image there, the slide. All right, that is good. So we've made our first one. We don't have more content to add. So I'm just going to duplicate this and then duplicate that. All right, so we have something similar to what a design has over here. We can even do this pagination over here. We can say that we want the height to be 20. Want to also be 20. Colors. When it's active, we want this color. So color should be that. Then you can even do more if you want. I think I should have an option. Arrow. Okay, no arrows. The slider. I think if there is an option, if I'm not missing it, but if let's say something is not active, right? All right. So active. So this one should probably have. Let me go back, right, and then see what the color for this is. Yeah, 0.4. Good. And then this one that is active can have the normal color. So you can see like which one is active and other stuff like that. All right, so I think this is good. Let's preview our page. All right, we have an issue here. I might have done something wrong. Might have applied something that I shouldn't have applied. Oh. Okay, let me go to container, right? Let's remove this column gap away. And container should be that. All right, then let's go here. Over here, let me open the container. Make sure the container is this for this, just this one, so it doesn't affect the entire system. All right, so this is what we have, and it's very close to the design that we have. Let me just zoom out so you can see the design. All right, this is good. I think that's fine. Let's try and then finish what we have. We have one, I think one more, and we can do the footer. So there's the last one that we're going to do, and then we head into doing the footer. So let's add a new section. The section added. Let's add a section. Click on our container, and let's add our container. All right, so that is good. Let me just clear this so that I don't make that mistake. This one is showing horizontally, so that should be this way. All right, so in here, you have text, and then button. So go in the header, basic, and then button. That is good. So header is text 82. So paste. The color is white. Is it white? The color is white. So I'm just going to use the cream color, and then I'm going to use the through text. We need the background color, so select the section. So this section, not showing me the color here. That is the color that we need. So go to style, make sure you've cleared this. Go over here and then paste in that. And that's good. Let's break this down at increase. So it's good. All right, make sure that this is no. Okay, make sure we are not making any mistake here. All right, typography, content, go to type and then make the center like that. That's good. The next one is the text underneath it. Is this random text, copied with content, paste over here. Let's go to style. Go to inspect. This is a 22 white. All right, so we need the cream. I'm gonna put a cream here, and then we need a 22. I break it out at here. All right, make sure that everything inside this. Let's clear this up and center this. Right, button, and button text is black, so you want to find the black. Oh, I don't think we need this for the button because that already has styling. You have the BTT yellow. We need BTT yellow rather than this. Sorry, BTT yellow, right? Good. And then we need to get started. So in here, content, clear that. Content should be get started. That should be good. All right, I think we are almost done with it. I'm going to give it, should be a row. Always forgetting this, but here should be a row of 20. And then the button should have an extra padding of, no, that was wrong, of that. So that is for, okay, we need to add these two items here. How are we going to do that? We can use we can use custom positioning. Okay, let me go click on section, right? Go to background. How many backgrounds can you add? I think only one. Okay, you want full. Able to change the size of this? No repeat. Contain. You want it to be at the bottom right. Okay, I think this one should be the one that is at the top left. But then it reduces. I have a custom one. The size of this then. I just want to find okay, this is that. Okay. Okay, let's see. So 200 pixels. All right, we can have that. Okay, so we can leave this over there. If we want to add this, we might need to use custom position, because it looks like over here you can have only one background color. Probably a pseudo class, a pseudo element will be able to do it, but that's a long ride. I didn't prepare for that. All right, so let's add an element called image element within this. Let me click on that and then go to content and then select the next one, which is this. All right, so this should, let's look for position, right? Position, absolute. Then we can go to, oh, no class. Let's close that and then let's go to style, position right. Need it to be at right. The right should be 0 and the bottom should be 0, but you can sit right there. That's fine. All right, so that is that for the main design of the website itself. So I'm going to save that. The last but not the least is to create our footer. So let's go back to our back end, go to bricks, and then go to template, add new, and then type in footer. So for the footer, go to template and then select footer, and then click on publish. Edit with bricks. All right, so we're going to add a section. So I'll make sure that this section has a class of width, and then this container also has this. We need a background. So this, let me clear this. Go to style, go to background, and then add this background color. Probably I should have created a class for these, but sometimes you think you know too much. All right, so let's add our text. First thing that we need is a text. All right, so 2 texts, and then inside that text, sorry, then we need those, let's call them like icons, 3 icons. But then the icons might need to be in a block. So let's add a block where we have 3 icons inside. All right, that is good. All right, so inside here, let's clear this. this should be on the vertical axis. Click on this block. Make sure it's this way. Put everything centered like that. That is good. All right, so this text, copy, paste. Color is white. I have white here. And then color should be, the text should be a 40 text. So that should be good. All right, so that is good. The next thing is this. This is a 20. So let's select this. Color is gray. Text is a 20. And this is the text. Color is not gray, but color is white. All right, that is good. Let's break it. Okay, it has no breakage, so that is. I'm really looking at the wrong stuff though. No, it's over here. Okay, I'm going to break it around here. Then make sure that we clear this. Go to style, typography, center that over here. All right, so this should be like some circle. Now, if I'll have circle over here, but circle. Let's see whether there's an empty circle here. Wow. Let's type in 0. Yeah, not empty circles. Let's try regular. There's this here, but all right. Which one am I going to use? I'm just going to choose one of these because that is what we have at this point. So let's use these up ones. All right, cool. They are not even visible, so I think the color that you have is good. Let's just duplicate. Let's delete this and also delete that. And within this, let's give it some space. Uh, 20 pixels. So let's put in a column of 20 pixels like that. That is good. Everything within this. All right, so probably let me put this in a div. So let's add a div. So the first part, let's put everything here inside a div. How great is that? More divs, right? Add a lot of divs. So this is within a div. Click on the div and then make this flex div center like that. In the 20. Perfect. All right, next we have this subscribe. So let's add a new div. More divs. Who knew that we could add more divs to these things? All right, so let's put the text. The text, and then subtext, and then a form. I really do not like forms when it comes to bricks, but we need a form. So delete. Let's say if we add a button. Well, really remove it. All right, we're gonna do with that. Okay, so subscribe. 70. Do we have a 70? Okay, we don't. So I'm gonna add this, and then let's put in this text, right? And then clear this. Go to style, typography, and then give us a 70. That should be good. And then color should be white. That's right. That's right. Next one should be this. Color is also white. Text is 22. Click on the div. Make sure it's flex. And then everything for the column is 20. For the row, 20 pixels apart. That is nice. All right, let's do with this. All right, so in here, the form, should be email other than this. There should be, where's email? Okay, email should be the first. Oh, we didn't even need to add this. So go back here, change this one to email. Okay, proper like that. And then type in this words. Let's remove label. We don't really need label. Your email, nice. Width should be probably 70%. And then the width for the button, the submit button, the width for the submit button should be 30%. All right. Is there something we are missing? Okay, so I'm gonna just go in and then just find 657. So 657. So looks like the content for the field should be 80. And then for the button should be 20. All right. Field, right? The field, the pattern top 33. All right, so pattern top 33, bottom 33. That was my cut, so I just had to do some view, make sure that he's not stepping. Yeah, he's still in the room, so probably he might start crying at any time soon. All right, I want to remove the background. Place all the tags. Okay, filled background. I'm going to remove this. The filled background is gone. Border, right? Border for the top. Okay, the cat is now on the table, so it's gonna be a hard. Keep quiet. Okay, border for the top should be 1 for all. Okay. So that should be the border for that, and then the radius is 15. So let's put 15 here. But then I'm going to unlock this and set that the radius for the right should be 0. The radius for the bottom should be 0. All right. So that is that. The submit button should have 15 too. But then for it, the border for this should be 0. Border for the left should be 0. All right. This should be a 1. It should be throughout. Oh, background color. The color I'm gonna fix it later, but that should be a solid. Background color should be empty. All right. But the next thing that we need to do is to use because the only way that we can do really this, because I've tried to do it so many other times, you can use the button. Like if I go in here and I choose a button, that is what happens. So it's really not something that you can use. You can style the button for it to style the so what we need to do is go to settings, and then we can do page style settings, and then conditions. If there's a different way you can do it without having, let's add a new one. Call this button. All right, so over here I just want to apply it to everywhere, and then I want to go and then find all right, so over here, what I want to find is the small and all those other stuff. I want to use large. So for the large, I want tab. I want to change this one to pixels, right? Let's go back here and then see what was there again. 33. Okay, 33. Zero. Not 0, but remove 3. Remove. Then save, and then let's click on this form. And then the content, when I go to button, I want to choose the size large. So this is what it does. Typography, right? Let's see whether we can. Typography is white. Wait, typography, text, white. Okay, it doesn't work. All right, so let's choose typography over here. Okay, for the button, right? Typography should be white. Oh, why did I choose background? Typography, color, white. And then go to background, remove it. All right, so it's coming along. Okay, what I'm going to do next, go back away. I just need to style this a bit more. Still go to the button, go to the border. So the border on the left hand side, we want to remove completely. All right, and then go back to the theme, go to button, and then add the all the way down. Here we want to have all right, so this is 54 plus 54 plus 33. So what we need, this is be 87. So 43, so 44 and 43. Oh, probably don't do that. Go here so that things will be symmetric. I'm doing that when I can do like point. So 43.5, 43.5. Okay, so working nicely. So this has 32 spacing on the side. Okay, let me just copy this, right? And then go to content. So for our button, that will be the text. I'm going to apply another text and see whether it's going to work. This should be at 23. All right. This is working. Let's see what we can push stuff down. I'm going to go to style. I don't know if the line height is what is causing it. Let's clear this up. All right, let's go back to the theme. And then in a theme, let's go back to the button. We might have to reduce. Okay, this is 34. So this is 47. So 47 will be 30. Let me do a little calculation here. Okay, 34.5 plus 43.5. 78, then divided by 2. 39. All right, so I have 39. My math is really bad nowadays. All right, so within this, within the form, so clicking the form and then going to style, go back to the content, right? Within that content, we're going to say, you see that button space, this thing over there, we can just make sure that it's really gone. So that is good. Within the form, can you give, yeah, that thing doesn't do anything. I wanted to move. All right, I think that will be that. I'm not really going to touch it anymore. But this, for the subscribe, going back, clicking on this content, for the subscribe for this, I want to change the typography. I'll make this uppercase and probably give it more space. Go to theme and then $39 and $39. All right. Going back to the form, I need to change this one to 70. And then for the submit button, I need to change this one also to 30. And that should work pretty well. I think the last thing is to change the color. So the color itself for the submit button should also typography and then change color to that. All right, I think this is good. We're going to need some space in between this. So let's click on our main container and then column, right? Not column. I always be getting this wrong. Now we're getting it wrong for more times nowadays. All right, so that is that for those. We're going to create this one. We're just going to wrap up by creating. I think this is fair because I think the tutorial is getting a bit lengthy. I think creating that is not really accomplished. Then I think doing this is probably as much as we should generally do. All right, let me save this again and then refresh this. And then scroll. Then we see our footer over here. All right, save and then let's preview it. All right, so in this video, what we have accomplished is we have created, let's call it a website. We've created more like a landing page by using bricks theme. But then instead of using the theme style, we have mostly utilized classes rather than theme styling. But we had to use the theme style for the button, which is something I don't know why you can use class to affect it. Doesn't look like a response to the information that you input into the button class. But apart from that, everything seems good. The video is a bit lengthy, but if you watch it, you'll be able to have a fair idea on how to use classes in bricks. Because I went around when I was trying to learn how to use the classes. I went around a bit to try and find a tutorial, but I couldn't find one. So I was like, okay, since I already have a tutorial that deals with using a theme, why don't you make one that really goes into using the classes to build the entire theme without touching the theme style? And you can really do that. You can really you can even create more classes to make even the workflow really simple, like create classes for the background, create spacing, create gaps, and all of those other stuff. So those are things that you can do if you're looking to even get into like the nitty-gritty of using classes when it comes to bricks. I think that is definitely all for this video. As always, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you think what we're doing on this channel is informative, please give the channel a subscription. And also, if you loved or like this video, you can also give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you can give it a thumbs down. I'll probably give it 2 thumbs down, and then you can cancel your already thumbs up. But apart from that, that is great. You can join our Facebook group. It hasn't been active recently, but I'm gonna start posting more on the Facebook group. The name of the group is Official OB Studios page. So if you're looking for it, you can just type in OB Studios. I have a normal page and I have a group, but you can join the group, and then let's try and build a community over there. Ask ourselves some questions and then try and help each other when it comes to WordPress, Bricks, Elementor, WooCommerce, all those other stuff. As always, my name is Nyako. It's been a pleasure, and this is OB Studios.